Pokemon Firered and Leafgreen, two of the most popular Pokemon games to modify. From creepypasta games to difficulty ROM hacks, this game has seen it all. But how do we make the base game itself harder? I could blindfold myself, play with my elbows, or I could do a hardcore Nuzlocke of the game. I think out of the three options, I'm gonna have to pick the third one. And with the rules on screen, which include level caps being in place, the battle mode being set at all times, I'm sure this game will be hard to complete. But let's see if we can. I arose from my slumber and I went outside into the grass. Then, an old man by the name of Professor Oak told me off and told me to come into his lab, where he gave me a grass thing with a bulb. I took it and I fought the devil real quick, beating him and making my way to Viridian City, where I got Oak's parcel and went back to him to give it to him. He gave me a Pokédex and a ball, which means the run has officially begun. On Route 1, I caught a Rattata, Route 2, a Pidgey, and on Route 22, we don't talk about Route 22. In Viridian Forest, I caught a Weedle, which evolved into Beedrill, and after getting everyone to the level cap, I fought Brock. But this was just a sweep with Skulk, vine whipping his Pokemon, and getting the first gym badge. Onwards and upwards. Route 3 and Mount Moon had Spearow and Zubat in store, and I also bought a fish from a man. After finding some rocket grunts and the scientists, I took the dome fossil. I knew that no one would ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Who knows? It might be an encounter later on in the run. Emerging out of Mount Moon, I found myself in Cerulean City, where I took on the devil. He leads Pidgeotto, I lead Skulk, because I'm an idiot. I swap out to Zombie, and I deal some damage to it before swapping to Shulker. Before I have to swap again into Pidgey. Parrot takes care of Pidgeotto, and in comes Rattata. I swap into Skulk, and put it to sleep, and I seed it. I swap into Zubat, but then wham, a critical hit. I can gain back most of the HP on Abra, but then comes Charmander. B takes an Ember and does some damage, and I go into Zubat to confuse it. And then I have to make a choice. No one survives a swap, so with a heavy heart, I let Parrot go. Zombie finishes it, but we lose this. And what makes it worse is that on Nugget Bridge, we lose our Spearow to poison tick damage. God, I hate this. I've been stupid and I haven't carried antidotes. This is going to cost me if I keep it up, so I go and buy some antidotes. And now, we don't have any flying types, other than Butterfree. But do we really count Butterfree? No. We press on, saving Bill and getting the SS Ann ticket, and taking on Misty for the second gym badge. But you already know the drill. It's Bulbamania time. Bulbasaur sweeps Misty's team, one hit in Staryu, and a few more on Starmie after it uses Recover. But I need to get rid of these mistakes. I can't keep making these mistakes on this section. We've lost two great Pokemon, and if I keep this up, I'm gonna lose even more. Pushing on Route 5 I catch a Meowth, and on Route 11 we catch a Sandshrew. We also catch a Diglett in Diglett's Cave, because what else am I going to catch in there? I'm not going to catch an Arceus. We venture towards the port and board the SS Ann, where we get a few useful TMs in Brick Break and Rest. And we fight the devil once again. The fight goes way smoother. I lead Gyarados, take out the Pidgeotto with a few bites, and in comes Raticate, and after a few misses, I swap to my own to take a KO, as well as taking a KO on the devil's Kadabra. In, however, comes the killer from the last rival fight, Charmeleon. And after a few misses, I do some damage, and I swap into Blaze, get crit, then I have to swap into Butterfree, who unfortunately gets taken down by a combination of my own stupidity and Embers. It's a shame, but I'd rather lose that than something else. B takes up the kill, but it's another cost. I need to play very much better. This is not good enough. If I keep losing Pokemon and bleeding Pokemon like this, I won't have a team by the time we get to Blaine, let alone the Elite Four. We make our way towards the Vermilion Gym with my team, and after doing the annoying gym puzzle that I hate passionately, and it really fucking irks me, we challenge Lieutenant Surge. He leads Voltorb, I lead Blaze, and I get to dig in, taking kills on the ball and the follow-up Pikachu, which paralyzes me with static. In comes his ace, Raichu, who, after I use a dig, sets up to +2 a double team, causing me to miss. Not so good. And here comes the fun part. I had to keep swapping and dealing damage, which takes a hell of a long time, but after a while, I keep swapping between Gyarados and Sandslash to get it down to -4 and PP stall it a little bit. The fight comes to a close, however, when Blaze hits a slash and then Zombie, my goat Zombie, comes through to take KO with a quick attack. A great fight, all things considered, given what happened, but we need to be more careful with our strategies. We can't be having Pokemon set up to +4 with double team all the time. In a different fight, that would have cost us. Moving through routes 9 and 10, we catch a Voltorb of our own, and after traversing the Cave of Hell known as Rock Tunnel, God, I hate dark caves, we emerge in Lavender Town. I opt not to get an encounter in the tower right now, as that would mean I would have to take on a rival fight, progressing to Route 8 where I pick up a Vulpix named Fox. Route 7 hails nothing for us, so we make it to Celadon City, home of a new encounter for us in Eevee. It's also home to the Game Corner, a place of gambling which I do quite a bit of to enable us to get TMs and powerful items to help us improve our chances of winning. It's also home to the Celadon department store, which enables us to get evolution stones, which allows us to evolve Weeping Bell into Victory Bell, and the newly caught Fox into Ninetales, or as someone likes to call it, Ninetales. Pressing onwards, and after grinding like a madman, I know the 4th gym, which is led by Erica. She leads with a Victory Bell, and I lead with a Firefox. Now I'm going to let you, the viewer, take a guess at what happens when I bring in a Fire type with the Charcoal item attached into the Grass gym. Do I A, lose the run, B, get hit by a Meteorite, or C, sweep her team pretty cleanly? Thank you for voting for option B. I get hit by a... What the fuck? Anyways, after being hit by a Meteorite, we just sweep her team. 1 Flamethrower apiece for Victory Bell and Weeping Bell, and 3 for the Vileplume. That was a great match. Great job all round from the team. Our next task, and where the journey will take us next, is the Rocket Hideout, home of one Don Giovanni. After working my way through all of his grunts, I come face to face with the man, the one and only Don Giovanni. He leads Onix, I lead Venusaur. I one-shot both the Onix and the second Pokemon of his in Rhydon. Then in comes his ace, Kangaskhan, a big threat with huge bulk at this point in the game. I put it to sleep, I seed it, and I go to town on it, Giga Draining it and putting it back to sleep when it needed to win. A damn clean fight, I must say. Long may it continue. And continue it does, over to Pokemon Tower, where the 4th rival fight awaits. This is the one I skipped. So, obviously, I have a massive level advantage. He leads Pidgeotto, I lead Electrode. And I go to town on him as well, putting down the bird with 1 Thunderbolt, and 1 Thunderbolt for his Gyarados. Execute and Kadabra and Charmeleon to sweep the guy pretty cleanly. I work my way up the tower to calm the restless Marowak and save Mr. Fuji, who gives me the Poke Flute to go wake up Snorlax. Into Silphco we go, and after clearing out the hordes and hordes of Team Rocket grunts and scientists, it's time for the infamous rival Fivel battle. The Devil leads Pidgeotto, and I lead Pufferfish. And I use Thunderbolt, mixing the KO by a whisker. I take it up on the follow-up, as well as on Gyarados, but then in comes Execute, who I swap out to Fox to deal with, frying the eggs, leading to Alakazam. 2 Flamethrowers down the thing, and then in comes the big threat, Charizard. I exchange a couple quick attacks with it, as my Flash Fire ability actually prevents it from using its most powerful move, Flamethrower. And then I swap into Gyarados to finish the job with a few Dragon Ranges. A good, somewhat clean fight. I'll take it. And I'll also take the gift Lapras that you can pick up after defeating your rival, nicknaming it COD, before proceeding to challenge Don Giovanni to a fight to save Silphco. Leading Pufferfish, I swap out in the face of Nidorino into Blaze, because for some reason I decided it would be a very good idea to lead a electric type into a guy who I know very much might really like ground types. Anyway, Blaze downs it with a dig. and in comes Kangaskhan, threat from last fight. Unfortunately for it, it's no longer a threat. Dolphin uses a few Dragon Rages to take the KO. Radon is next, dealt with by Skulk, and the final Pokemon, Don Giovanni's Ace. Is a Nidoqueen. But we know what Skulk does. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed to the rescue, as we down it and save Silphco from bad parenting. Yes, I see you, Giovanni. You didn't raise your son well, and look at what he is now. But that was another clean battle, if I do say so myself. And after picking my team from the available Pokemon I have, and grinding them up to the level cap, it's time to face Miss Carpenter. Sabrina leads Kadabra. One Tri-Attack takes care of that. Mr. Mime is dealt with by a combination of Gyarados' Bites and Dragon Rages. We swap back into Dodrio on the Venonat to take care of that, following a little bit of damage. Then it comes in the big threat, Alakazam. It lands a Psychic that doesn't kill me, and I then take the kill with a Tri-Attack. Pretty clean fight, that's good. Could have lost a few Pokemon on that fight. That is a fine way to introduce yourself to the team, if I do say so myself. And for Horse's efforts, we obtain the Carmine TM and the 6th gym badge. We still need to go get the 5th one, but we have now got the 6th one. Onwards to it then, and to Fuchsia City. However, along the way, we pick up 2 new team members in Pig the Slowpoke and Spider the Krabby. 2 very, very good members to add to the team. We missed out on our Safari Zone encounter, as the Paras I tried to catch ran. Do I actually care about this? No, I will never care about a Paras, but you wanna know something I do care about? The HMs for Surf and Strength from the Safari Zone, and from the Warden in exchange for his teeth. I'd say the ability to speak is worth more than the Strength HM, but you know, who am I to say anything? Like, just give me 1,000, not even 1,000, 1,000,000 Poké-Dollars and I'll be happy. Anyway, Koga time, and after prepping my team with the Cubone I caught in the Pokemon Tower, which I am only now realising, at the point of me speaking the script, that I haven't even mentioned, we challenge the Master Ninja to a battle. He leads Coughing, and I go with Slowbro, with the move Psychic that I got on it from Mr. Psychic in Saffron City. And again, it's just another sweep. Sweeping his entire team with Stab Psychics. Another gym battle, another fantastic introduction to the team. Slowbro, you are a beast. We move on to the Seafoam Islands and we catch a seal, as well as fighting this really sick bat, so I just put it out its misery, you know. I don't think I was ever going to help it, it didn't look well at all. On the route prior, I caught a tentacle called Squid, who's going to be useful for the upcoming gym fight. Arriving on Cinnabar Island, I catch a Grimer inside the mansion and revive. Guess what? You know what I said before. The Kabuto. Making my way through the mansion and pressing all the buttons. Eventually, I obtain the key for the gym and make my way into it to challenge the gym. I lead Pig and take the kill with a Surf. Arcanine now comes out, and after I hit it with a Surf, it hits me with a Bite. I have to swap now, so I go into Squid, the Tentacruel, to take the KO following a few Hyper Potions of Blaines. Not Super Potions, funnily enough. As well as KOs on Ponyta and Rapidash to win the fight. Another great win, and I didn't even need a burn heal. The final gym badge awaits us, and I go through the gym. All the trials, all the tribulations lead up to this one point. Every lost team member. It's Giovanni time for the 8th gym badge, and the right to challenge the Pokemon League. He leads Rhyhorn, I lead Cod, and take the kill with a Surf, as well as taking another kill on his second Rhydon with, again, a Surf. Nidoqueen suffers the same fate, as it also goes down, and Nidoking and Dugtrio do as well. They both manage to fire off an Earthquake, but it's too little too late. One Surf apiece takes them out and grants me the final badge, the Earth badge. It's on to the Elite Four. That was a clean as clock fight. But first, there's the last rival fight with the Devil. Not much here, it's just a fairly queen sweep? What? No one does a queen sweep, what the fuck? It's a fairly clean sweep up until the last Pokemon, Charizard. Lapras survives the Flamethrower, which is neutral on it due to its Ice type. and I swapped to Slowbro to take the KO. But what I didn't expect, and what has completely thrown out every single plan for the Elite Four, is Charizard getting a crit with its second flamethrower and ending Slowbro's life, Slowbro's existence. That is a horrible, horrible death. My out to Agatha is now gone. We're gonna have to figure out another way around that. And so I did. I went around the region, grabbing TMs, catching Pokemon, gambling, to craft my team for the Elite Four, to craft the perfect concoction to take down these 4 heavenly saints. And then the final obstacle, who we don't know yet. And so here's the team. Horse with Steel Wing, Fly, Drill Peck, and Tri-Attack. Skulk with Sleep Powder, Synthesis, Leech Seed, and Giga Drain. Fox with Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Quick Attack, and Will-O-Wisp. Cod with Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Rain Dance, and Surf. Enderman with Acid Armor, Sludge, Dig, and Brick Break. And finally, Steve with Bite, Baton Pass, Shadow Ball, and Thunderbolt. Let's get this, guys. We can do this. Come on. First up is Lorelei. I lead Lapras and she leads Dugong. 2 Thunderbolts take out the seal, with it setting up the hail. In comes and out goes a Cloyster, and here's a Slowbro. A Thunderbolt brings it into the yellow before I have to swap as it goes for a yawn. In comes Skulk, who tanks a Surf and puts it to sleep with Sleep Powder. I swap to Lapras on a full restore and take it out with another 2 Thunderbolts. Jinx goes down after a long fight with many sleep turns and a full restore used. But eventually, it dies. And in comes her ace, her own Lapras. My Lapras is currently on the field, so this is a mirror match. But of course we win. 3 Thunderbolts, take it out, and we win our first of 4 fights. Let's go. Come on. 3 more to go. Bruno next, and I lead Venusaur into Onyx, who goes down in 1 Giga Drain. Hitmonchan enters the field and gets put to sleep and seeded, and after a full restore and a swap to Horse, we take it out. Machamp comes in, a big threat. It's taken out with 2 Drill Pecks through a Scary Face and a Karate Chop. Hitmonlee comes out, and I do the same thing that I do to Hitmonchan, sleeping and seeding it before swapping to Muck to finish the job, and then swapping back to Skulk to finish the remaining Onyx. A good fight all around. But our biggest challenge is just waiting for us, Agatha, and her poison and ghost types. I lead Venusaur and I put her lead Gengar to sleep with Sleep Powder. Seed it with Leech Seed and put it back to sleep with Sleep Powder. Swapping into Jolteon, a Shadow Ball KOs it, and the Golbat that comes next in gets downed with a Thunderbolt. Arbok is out, and I'm swapping into Muck to use Dig, but Haunter comes out to immediately put an end to that plan. With Haunter having Levitate, I swap to Jolteon and use a Shadow Ball, but it doesn't go down in one shot, meaning that it could lay a curse on Steve. Back comes in Arbok, but the good old combination of Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, and Synthesis work again to take out the snake, along with a Drill Peck from Horse. In comes Agatha's ace though, the second Gengar who puts Horse to sleep, as well as Steve after a Shadow Ball. But Skulk can put it to sleep, Leech Seed it, and after a few sleep turns and a full restore, be taken out by Cod with an Ice Beam. Thank God we managed to get this one done. I was scared for this fight, I was stressing about it. But we got through it deathless. And this now leaves one left. The Dragon Master, Lance himself. He leads Gyarados and that gets OHKO'd by Steve's Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt also takes care of his first Dragonair, along with a Bite in the end. His second one being downed by a combination of Steve's Thunderbolt and an Ice Beam from Cod. Aerodactyl is next and hits an Ancient Power, which gets the Omni Boost, which is not good. And so I have to swap. In comes Skulk, and then in comes Enderman, who needs to survive a Hyper Beam to ensure we take the KO on the next turn. And she does, meaning we can fire off a Sludge Bomb. In comes Dragonite, and I swap out to Fox, tank an Outrage, and fire off a Will-O-Wisp, risking the crit, but meaning now we can sub in Skulk, who can fire off a Sleep Powder. Oh wait, hang on. Now at this point in time, My brain thought that I could put it to sleep. But now there's something called a burn that I just put on it. And my brain completely forgot that. So, after another try of sleep powder, Skulk falls. My own stupidity has cost me, and I lose my starter. We went through it all. Brock, Misty, all the rival fights, and Don Giovanni. Even some Elite Four fights, but this is where we end. I am so sorry, my friend. I will make it up to you. We will win. Do not worry. Horse comes in, and with a few drill pecks and flies, we take care of the Dragonite. It's not a good thing going into the Devil, but we can still do this. Don't you worry. The Devil is here, and he is now the champion, and he threatens to take over the world. We must stop him. Like all the other times. Pidgeotto, taken care by Steve. One Thunderbolt is enough. Cod can handle Rhydon with a Surf, and Fox does some damage to Exeggutor with flamethrowers before the Devil swaps into Gyarados. Cod deals some damage with a Thunderbolt, then takes the KO on Exeggutor with an Ice Beam. Alakazam is down with some Surfs, but not before bringing me low with Psychics. I swap into Enderman into Gyarados, and take the KO with a Sludge Bomb, and finally, the last Pokemon, the Devil's Ace, the Devil's right hand, Charizard. This thing has killed multiple of my Pokemon. It is only right that I now clip its wings and take it down. I swap into Fox to deal some damage with Quick Attack, remembering that strategy with Flash Fire. And then I swap into Steve, who, with one jolt, one burst of electricity, is able to take down Charizard and defeat the Devil, winning us the run. Oh wow, what a run! We had our ups and downs, some clean fights, and scruffy matchups. But we won. That's all that matters. If you did enjoy this video, a like and a subscribe would go a massive way to tell me that you want more of this. And if you want to go see more of this, I do this live on Twitch. I do Nuzlocks. Currently, as of this recording, I am recording this on the 4th of November, we are currently doing a Emerald Nuzlocke, so go and follow the Twitch. That'll get you some more content with me, but if you don't want to, that's all fine. Anyways, thank you for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, always think before you make your move. Don't be an idiot like me.